Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is JW, and in this channel I talk about how to live a nomad life here in Jeju. So which means I don't have a permanent address here. So today's topic is swimming far out in the ocean in Jeju. I know this topic sounds crazy, and it is crazy, but please just bear with me, okay? I was just gonna explain everything. So I will break it down to two parts for this video. First part is why I swim far out in the ocean. And the second is where I do this in Jeju. Okay, so before I start, I actually swam yesterday in Jung-moon beach in Jeju and took a selfie video while I swim far out in the ocean. The video is about 12 minutes, so I'm gonna play this video in the background and I'm gonna tell you all about it. So okay, so let's go swim together with me, okay? Hello. I'm gonna swim about 5 minutes straight out to the ocean. I usually do 50 meter in 50 seconds, so it's gonna give me about 300 meter out there. So one way 300, coming back 300 meter. Okay, wish me luck. Okay, so now I will tell you about my crazy theory behind all this nonsense while you can see me swimming down there. So honestly, I cannot give anyone a good reason to swim far out in the ocean. I think you gotta be kind of sick. It's like having an idea that you will be on edge pretty soon, like out of control. So then why I do it? Actually, this the reason that I do came down to a single movie called Gattaca. It's the spell is Gattaca. I think circa 1997. This is a great movie. If you haven't watched this movie, I recommend that you watch this one. So I think Ethan Hawke stars this movie as a lead character, lead role, and in this movie, he and his younger brother they do this game called Chicken Game. It's the way they do is they at the beach at the shoreline and they swim straight out to the ocean, and the one that who got scared and cold feet become chicken and turn back is the one that who lose. And at that time I saw this movie, I was like fascinated about this game. I mean, I'm not gonna play with somebody, but just having an idea that you can swim straight out to the ocean, it never occurred in my mind. But I just ever since that I really wanted to. I was pretty good swim back then, but I was not gonna try this like straight out to the ocean. So that movie actually got started for me everything. But actually, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I usually don't swim straight out to the ocean, and also it is nearly impossible. Not impossible, but it doesn't work that way because there's this program called Mythbuster in Discovery Channel. They check the validity of the movie, whether so fact checking this movie is actually a fact. You can do it, but it's very difficult because when you swim straight out to the ocean, there's no landmark that will guide you. So you cannot swim even if you're a really expert swimmer. You cannot swim straight without a landmark. So later part of this video, when you can see me that I swim like zigzag because there's no landmark. Very very difficult. Coming back is okay. So whenever I swim, I usually don't swim straight out to the ocean. I usually, in the second part, I will tell you where I swim. But just to remind you, I don't do swimming straight out to the ocean. This is the one occasion. And usually, I took this video on a weekday where there's not many people on the beach. But in Korea, like during the weekend, it's very crowded. And if I do this during like Saturday when there's a pack, there's gonna be a people calling Coast Guard that there's a psycho out there who needs to be rescued or something, and the police is gonna come. It did happen many times in my life in Korea. Never happened while I was in US. But um, so just tell you that it is not, you can do it swimming straight out to the ocean. And this movie is not about swimming straight out to the ocean. This video is about swimming far out in the ocean. Okay, so there's a difference. Okay, so behind this, like, what is the other reason that I do this? I mean, many people say, like, I myself as a consider myself as a nomad. Like, you have this nature and connection to the earth, that you be part of nature, and when you go in ocean you feel this water, then you mingle with the nature. I mean, there's all this theory. Okay, personally I do also have that reason in my mind, but I think the most important reason that I do this, except for the movie, is that when I swim far out in the ocean, there's many things that can happen without my control. Like, there's shock that coming in, and and I can be have a cramp or something. So I have this sense of, like, not in control 100% in my life, and it kind of gives me a humble feeling that I don't believe in God, but, like, I'm just let myself into nature. And when I do this, I feel this emptiness in my mind. That I usually swim about an hour when I swim far out in the ocean. After about 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I start nothing at all. Just just do this. I don't think at all, and it just gives me emptiness in my mind, and there's like a real joy. Like, I don't call it euphoria, but uh, real, like, happiness or excitement that gives me. So this is the reason that I do. My parents think I'm crazy, and they don't understand why I do this. Sometimes I don't even understand myself, but I just have to do this once in a while. Actually, I'm doing this almost every day right now, but that's the reason that I do, and this is just me. I don't want you to, follow me. There's no point for this. I just want to tell you this is my reason behind all this, and the second part I will tell you where I do this in Jeju. Okay, okay. Before I start talking about where I swim far out in the ocean in Jeju, I just want to go over first about the stupid system we have in Korea regarding swimming in the ocean. In Korea, we have this so-called open and closed date for the beach, pretty much every beach in Korea. So what happens is, like, in early July, there's an official day for the beach open. So when beach is open, there's gonna be a lifeguard, and there's gonna be a fence in the ocean, so you cannot swim beyond that fence. This is what happens. And the closing date is about late August, and after that there's going to be no lifeguard and no fence, and the shower facility over there is going to be closed. Usually it's paid. We have to pay for shower in Korea, not like Hawaii is free. um, but still, and also government expects you to swim during only this open period. They don't want you to swim when beach is closed. I think this is a stupid idea. It's crazy. I think the ocean should be open 24/7, 365 days a year, no matter what. That's just my belief. But this is just the way we have here in Korea. So I guess you cannot really entertain of idea of swimming at your own risk here in Korea. But personally, I don't give a damn about that system. So I can pretty much swim anywhere I want, anytime I want. Okay, so I will tell you where I swim far up in the ocean in Jeju. Basically, you can pretty much swim anywhere, any beach in Jeju. You can swim as far as you want. During the off season, there's no lifeguard, but I choose mainly two places here. One is Jung-moon, and the other one is Gim-nyeong. The reason that I choose is it's a bay area, and so it's like a little bay, and I usually swim across the bay because there's a landmark in both sides. So I just swim like this because, as I told you before, swimming straight out to the ocean, you there's no landmark. I mean, there's some buoy, but when you swim, you don't see buoy. It has to be like at least like 30-meter tall to really see the landmark. So you gotta have. I mean, for me, I need to have a landmark so I can swim straight. So I usually swim at the bay, and two of the best places, Jung-moon and Gim-nyeong. And first, I will talk about Jung-moon first. Okay, Jung-moon Beach is the place that I took this video, and it's a great place actually. And but the thing is, it's my second choice, it's not my first choice, and I will tell you why. Um, Jungmoon is known for surfing. I know some people like surfing in Korea, impossible, no wave. I get that, but it's just what it is. So usually there's like tons of surfer over there. In a high season, I heard it's like 300. During now, April, like if you go during the weekend, you will see like 100 too. Not 200, just maybe 50 to 100. So the beach itself is the length is about 600 meter, but usually the one third near the entrance, near the parking lot, the surfers dominate. They just took their place, and it's very difficult to swim with the surfer because if you get into a surfer, it's the you really gonna get hurt, not the surfer. Okay, so I usually stay away from the surfer. So I usually walk about one third and start swimming because there's no surfer there. Uh, so you can only swim out of 600. You can only swim 400. It's pretty good length still, but it's not enough for me. But the reason that I swim Jungmoon nowadays because Jungmoon is in the southern part, and the temperature of the water is warmer than Gim-nyeong. Gim-nyeong is northern part. You can really feel the difference. So during last year, September to November, I swam at Gim-nyeong. But this time, April, May, maybe June, I'm gonna swim in Jungmoon because it's still cold. Temperatures like I heard it's 15 to 16. It's not gonna go 18 like the one that I had during the last year. So that's the reason that I swim in Jungmoon right now. Also, Jungmoon is pretty deep. It goes deep pretty fast. So I don't really have to go far out. So I usually swim only like 30 to 50 meter far out and then swim across. Because I have to see this landmark. I cannot just go straight. So that's the reason I swim in Jungmoon right now. And if I come back in September, I'm gonna go Gim-nyeong, and I will tell you why also. Gim-nyeong is it's not really a popular place. There's not many people, and there's no like there is a surfer, but just one or two. During the windy day, there's a lot of kite surfing doing it, so I cannot swim during the windy day at Gim-nyeong because if you get into a kite surfing, big trouble. Okay, you will go to hospital for sure. So, uh, but during the calm day, normal day, it's pretty much nobody there. No surfer, so I can use the whole thing. And I will show you the picture. The bay area of the Jungmun is like semi-bay. It's not really a bay.
I'm back.
But Gimnyeong is a real bay, so you can really feel that you swim pretty far out to the ocean. I think the length is about same 600 meter, same as Jungmun, but you can use the whole length. Also, from the shoreline, you actually swim like at least 300 meter or 400 meter far out to the ocean. So you can really have this sense of like the way that I told you, like being not having in control that the nature uh, dictates you, something like this. So this is the place that I really love to swim in Jeju, Gim-nyeong. So before I end, I want to say this. If there's anyone out there who wants to join me, please let me know. I will take you to swim far out in the ocean. Let's go. Thank you and hope to see you soon. Bye bye.